God said, "Come unto me, all they that labor and are heavy laden, for I will give you rest." Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is Arcelita Pirikin Bendico, a first year college student taking up Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. And I am your presenter number 53. This morning, I would like to encourage my fellow students to not give up and to fight for our dreams. I could never forget the times when I seemed so hopeless, so troubled, and very uncertain. The feeling of being in an empty, dark room, that even when I was in the crowd, I felt alone, voiceless, and helpless. Tears are triggering to fall, but I could not afford to cry, not knowing the exact reason and why, but my heart was so broken. I was so tired, not physically, but maybe emotionally and financially exhausted. And of course, I would tell you guys that it was definitely not a good place. During these times, I was so desperate for answers, not on how, but on why. I kept asking myself, why? Why am I like this? Have I changed? Could I still identify myself, or have I become another person unconsciously? Hours had passed and I was still on my questions. Why? Why? Had did not I do my best? Was my efforts were not enough? And why I seemed so lost, had no way to escape. To begin with, it is indeed very difficult losing or doubting one's self-worth. I have been in that situation, and all I asked myself during these times were why. I had forgotten to quest for the answer of the question how. Looking back to it now, I have realized that the reason why I was in that situation was because I kept myself imprisoned by the past, in neglecting the fact that I still have the chance to change my future, a better future, by asking myself how. As a student, it is inevitable to be troubled, not only physically, but emotionally, mentally, and financially. As a student, our whole well being are challenged. Being a first year college student is indeed a difficult challenge, a difficult journey, in which adjusting to new environment, to new classmates, new teacher, new types of learning and teaching is very necessary. For me, as new to this program plus with this pandemic, I find this hard and even got into the point to ask myself, is this still worth it? Should I fight or should I quit? If you had been in this situation or had asked such questions to yourself, to my fellow first year college students, I would like you to know that you are not alone. And I would like to say it is normal and don't think otherwise. Indeed, this class setting is so tiring and frustrating. Nothing is better than a face to face interaction with our teacher, classmates, where you, all of us would not anymore worry for an electric brownout, for a slow internet connection, and for the worst scenario, having a no internet connection, which means of unable to attend the online classes. Pursuing this further, I know that we are not just a student, we are a daughter, a son, a sister, a brother, and even some of us are parents, in which we played specific different roles in our homes, barangays, and societies. We have people looking at us, setting expectations, judging our falls and highs. We get stress, pressure, and failures that may lead us to uncertainty, anxiety, and depression. We may sometimes feel insecure and compare ourselves to the others. We may sometimes feel alone, betrayed, and hopeless. But what I want you to know is that you are not the only one who got through this process, and that you are not the only one in the process. In conclusion, I want to encourage everyone to straighten our faith to God, for He is our only hope, the death and the life. Which only means that whatever circumstances we may now into, or to whatever burdens we are carrying, Jesus is the way. Stop asking why and start asking how. And how? Through Jesus. Only and only to Him everything would be possible. So don't stop. Don't give up. Take a rest, but don't quit. Together, let's show them we are not weak, but with Jesus, we are stronger. Thus, always remember we can do this. Let be these endurances, these sacrifices be in our history, as someday we would celebrate our victory. Once again, this is Arcelita Pirikin Bandico, and would like to say for the last time, we can do this. And that's all. Thank you for listening, and God bless.